Hello? Is this mic on? Do you consider yourself creative?
I consider myself a reasonably creative person, maybe not an artistic mastermind, but able to think and freely.
I do. I like to sing. I'm an opera singer.
Yes, I do. I've been drawing since I was 12.
Is this mic on? Still? So, do you consider yourself creative?
I'd say I do. I don't think maybe in the traditional sense. I love photography, and that's something that I used to do when I was a kid. But in terms of, if you put something in front of me, I can't do this. But in terms of problem solving and things like that, it's part of my job that I do. So I think from that perspective, it's a different side of creative. I like to think outside of the box and go towards and attack problems or attack things in a way that I feel like is, for the most part, creative in its own way.
Creative as far as business-wise, not artistically creative, but I put a lot of different things together for a lot of people who are creative as far as artists of all genres of music and things of that nature, and it's definitely good to see everybody come together as far as being creative.
Yes, very, very creative. Yes, I do. Why? Because I feel there's beauty in every little details of any body, art, music, just be able to, I feel like creativity is just to give your imagination, just have it loose, just let it loose and let it run. So I feel like I'm creative.
I do. I definitely consider myself creative. I've been filming for at least 7 years, so a lot of creative juices.
Yeah, absolutely. I consider myself a creative, 100%.
And for me, just me personally, I'm not the best at expressing my emotions. So filming as a specific topic just allows me to express myself in a different and creative manner.
So if I stepped on your foot, would you start crying to show that emotion?
No, I mean, I wouldn't start crying. I'll just be like, oh, go ahead, no.
My first experience with the camera as a child, my dad used to have this Polaroid camera, where you take the picture and the Polaroid comes out of the bottom, and I was fascinated with that thing, man. Like I would just run all of his film out and he would be upset, but that was, that's what got me started behind the camera, honestly.
Am I doing this right? Is this on? So, do you consider yourself creative?
Yes, I enjoy writing, making random music randomly. So I do consider myself creative, yeah.
No, not at all. I leave all that to her. But I will say that I'm the type of person, a craft's already been created, and I'm the type of person who carries it forth.
What compels you to that creativity?
I think there's a deeper sense in a human being to be in touch with things rather than just visually looking at them, feeling them in a different way.
Hello? I can't hear myself.
It's usually just various little things that I see around that inspire me, kind of everyday things. I'm a rower and I love being out on the lake, and sometimes those morning sunrises when you hear the bubbles just whisk under your boat and you see the birds flying out over the lake. Those are the kind of things that inspire me to think and really enjoy life, and that's what makes the creative thoughts and ideas flow from me.
Well, when I was younger, it was boredom. I would draw in every class that I had. And then it was need to design and make things the way that I saw them. So it was more about drawing something or making something that could affect someone else.
There's a couple things, right? So it's the concept of what I talked about as far as thinking outside the box to solve business problems. That's my job. I think the other part of it is there's an outlet, right? So it's like I'm a business person, I'm a salesperson, but I have tattoos. But they're all, what I consider wedding dress down. Not visible, but for me, it's an expression. So that's kind of my private creativity. I'd say it makes things fun. It's not, there's not always a problem, a set solution to every problem. And in order to move towards something, you kind of have to think outside the box, and it just makes life fun.
What compels you towards creativity?
The beauty of it, how much it can really have an effect on people, have an effect on the way you see things, the way you view things and everything like that. I feel like that's what it is.
Just the freedom that you have to just create new random things. The thing about creativity is you're not limited to anything, especially writing. I don't like walls. I don't like to be confined to anything, and so being creative just allows me just to break through and break free of just through random stuff and just do random things. So, yeah.
Do you feel a man is fully alive when they're being, as a result of being creative?
Yeah, definitely. Tesla, he said it best. He said there's no better joy in life. There's no thrill more than invention or, creativity. And that's the root of invention is if you make a song, you invented it. If you make a, art, doodle something, paint something, you just invented it. Anything that was not there before, he said there is no greater joy. It's pretty much the essential boiled down to key to life. So yeah.
You're fully alive.
Of course. That's the impact I feel creativity has. Like that you can really feel like you're yourself. Like you can just do anything. You just jump off the building and be like, yo, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. And I know it's going to work because the creativity I put into it is definitely going to just enhance itself around it. And people are going to feel that impact that we have on it. So.
Yes, because there are a lot of jobs in the world, and when they're really dry and not creative, it's like so boring. So being creative and being connected to my creativity just allows me I feel like I'm reaching my full potential and I'm not capped off at all. So
actually, that's probably the only time I feel completely alive, is when I get a chance to create because it's coming from somewhere inside, so it's a place that you don't get to tap in everyday life, until you actually are in that process. So absolutely.